Hey guys, Comrades me here, and today I'm going to be doing a really different video. For those of you who care, or for those of you who noticed, a few days ago Bethesda released their new trailer for the brand new Fallout game that's going to be coming out. It's called Fallout 76, and you'll see why as we get into the trailer. But I really do love pretty much every single Bethesda game, and I really want to share my sort of breakdown of the trailer with you. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So here we get our first hints to where the game's going to be set, because you see there, this is the 27th of October 2102, and that is exactly 25 years actually after the bomb threat in the Fallout universe. You see there are red party cups around, party hats, 7% party, we'll come back a lot later as well. And this board game is a really big hint to it being multiplayer. My favourite version of it, which I'll come back to a bit later, but if you just make sure to take note of those 5 profile pictures on the side of it.
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
So that "you must rebuild" comes back to a really big theory that I'm going to come back a bit to in a bit. But if you look around, there are loads and loads of hints, these being specially selected for these vaults rather than just what a lot of people are just randomly, or in some cases people who have been in the military, in Fallout 4's case, and or just literally just random people like in Fallout 3 and New Vegas and stuff like that. And this is another hint to that again. You see, the trophies could prove that they are West Virginia. Now this is a huge thing that I think could really hint to it being multiplayer. As I said a minute ago, we'll get back onto this later, and I'll talk to you about it. And here we go again. This party, this Reclamation Day, I'm going to come back onto this yet again in a minute with that sort of people being specially chosen theory, but on that "you must rebuild", I think that these people were supposed to be the Commonwealth. Oh, sorry, not the Commonwealth, just the world's sort of backup plan when the bombs drop. And now we see a retro Pit Boy.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Okay, so that was the trailer, with me sort of butting in, and I really want to go back to this because this really does hint that Vault 76 is special, and it's just this gold trim on the 76 rather than the normal yellow on the blue, and it just looks so clean. Everything looks so much nicer in the vault. That really does hint to this being really big. So, as I said, I'm going to be going over a few theories I have about the game, and I'm just going to be starting them up right about now. So without further ado, my first little theory on it. My first theory, I've pointed out quite a bit before actually, is this: Vault 76, the residents of Vault 76 are very unique. They're supposed to be like the world's, like, what is going to rebuild it. And I think that's actually really interesting, because obviously, as with most Fallout games, we get vaults that we haven't seen before, and they're normally quite new vaults. This one is very fascinating. We've seen little logs of it, little sort of hints at it in other Fallout games, but nothing ever so explicit as to pretty much say to us that this is the group of people who are going to reclaim the Earth. And that is quite interesting. I really wonder what they do with the plot here. Okay, so the second theory is going to be about the game's sort of genre, if you like. So every single Fallout game has been an action RPG. It's been single player, open world, a huge expansive place where you can just go around and just pretty much just do whatever. But this Fallout is looking to be quite different. Like I've pointed out a few things watching the trailer, and I'm going to show you the full trailer at the end so that you can decide for yourself. This "you are invited" thing right here, that could say that you're getting invited to someone else's game. That's what I really think it is. And if you look at the surroundings of it, it's clearly not in a vault. It looks like that was sent from inside of the vault, to someone in a different, like, Vault 76 somewhere else, and you get to play with them. Now, a few leaks have come out, one of them being the Fallout is going to be an MMORPG, and if that's the case, I don't think I'm going to be all that happy with it. I mean, Bethesda have done MMOs and backed MMOs before, but they never really went that well. Of course, sorry about that. Of course they were good, they just didn't quite hit for me. They just weren't, like, amazing. But another theory, which I do quite like, is that it's going to be co-op, and specifically, if you looked at that 5 sort of player count, it's going to be 5-man co-op with your friends, possibly. I feel like what would be really, really good if they did it so, if you ever played Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, or just any Ghost Recon game really, they have things like that where it's you can play alone with AI, like so followers, or you can play with 3 other friends and be in a squad of 4. I think if they did something like that, that would actually work out quite well and could be quite interesting. But obviously what I want, and I think what most people want, is just to keep it to the original single player RPG. And now on to my last theory. So finally, I want to talk to you about the location of the game. Now, with Fallout, it's a really big thing, like where it's set and everything like that, because it really does just go all around America, and it can be quite a heated dispute between people when a new Fallout game is announced and the location isn't. Of course, we will find out in a week's time at Bethesda's E3 conference, but it's all in the water for now, and it's all open up. And obviously the song by John Denver references West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, the Shenandoah River a lot, which is all in West Virginia. But if you look, when you watch the trailer, at the very top of the screen in the Please Stand By bit at the very beginning, you'll see that there is a very similar thing to the Capitol Wasteland. There's the American sort of chieftain, like for Native Americans, and that is really, really big, because if you look on the map where the Capitol Wasteland is, which is where New Vegas is obviously set, that is actually really, really close to West Virginia, almost touching in fact. So what my theory is that possibly they could be literally just connected to each other. I don't know. Like I said, it's all up in the air at the moment, but I think it would be really, really interesting if they had a Fallout game set sort of halfway in one state, halfway in another, and just you could travel between the two. The reason I say this is because West Virginia, if you've ever been there, if you've ever seen pictures, it's very, very just mountainous, rivers, forests, and farming fields. There aren't many cities or anything like that, or towns. And with Fallout, being in a destroyed city or a destroyed town is a really, really huge thing. That is one of the biggest parts of the game. But anyway, leave in the comments what you think about it. I don't think that they're going to be in West Virginia. But yeah, I'm going to leave you now with the trailer, and thanks for watching. Well, see you in the next video in a couple of weeks probably.
Almost heaven.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.